Hello everyone, and welcome back to another podcast episode of Kingdom Hearts. So, this one's not going to be as long as the previous one. It's going to be a little bit over an hour. But hey, I hope you guys have been doing well. I mean, good night. Sorry for there being like almost no videos up past couple weeks. I've just been ridiculously swamped with a whole bunch of stuff, and good night. Doing that last mission in Advance Wars Days of Ruin was just a bit much. And as I was kind of trying to figure out what I was going to do as far as video wise after that was done, I think kind of what I said in that last part of the video where I was saying I was going to put pretty much the game on a back burner. I'll do it when I can, but there's no guarantee of when it will get done. Oh, cool. I know that seems kind of it may seem a bit sad that everybody pitched in. It's going to be done in such a sporadic way, but I think in the end it's probably better for that, just simply because of what all's kind of going on and what I'm wanting to do. I kind of need some spare time that I may not get otherwise if I'm focusing on doing videos for the series as much. Because what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to actually start learning some like Unreal Engine and also like the Dream Engine as well, because I'm wanting to learn how to make video games. So I'm hopefully gonna start learning to do that. So we'll see how that goes. I might actually do streams on Twitch trying to learn it, or just stream it here on YouTube, just like me trying to learn it. Or I'll try to do a couple of like overall just kind of trying to do basic learning, and when I actually learn it and I'm actually trying to make a project, I might stream that. I don't know. Who knows at this point? So, yeah. That's going to be a thing I'm thinking about doing. So, I'm not... And this is going to be something I'm not sure on how it's all going to work out. That's going to be very just kind of dependent on how the game works. So, with the new Fire Emblem game that's going to be coming out like a week from like almost a week. Yeah, it's actually coming out next week. Good night. Because that I'm always like not remembering correctly on that. So because I want to say it's either the 26th or the 28th. This is for you. The 26th is what the initial release date is. Now, I do believe that... Oh, come on. Come on. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to come out the 26th. Alright, so...
Hope we find some ingredients around here.
I know I'm working that day, good night. But I'm actually off Saturday, which is actually pretty nice. So I can actually do quite a bit of... Well... That was changed... Oh my gosh.
This might be a good spot to find some ingredients.
Yeah, that's annoying. I'm gonna have to figure out what happened with that, because I was off on Saturday, now I'm not again, and that kind of ticks me off a little bit. Alright, oh gosh, I need to figure out who actually did that schedule, because I'm not too happy about that. So, apparently I'm not off that day. Good night. Alright. But, so, as far as picking up the game, I will probably pick it up either before I go to work or like right before I leave work that Friday. And because I work at a place where they sell video games, so I can go do that.
Hope we find some ingredients around here.
Little Chef will know what to do with this.
Yeah, I might do that. It just kind of depends on how things are going on that day. So gosh, next Friday. Funny thing, I get paid then too, so that just makes it all the better. Oh, me. But yeah, so that's pretty much what's going to be going on starting next week. Good night. I'm going to see if I can actually get the stuff for Kingdom Hearts finished. I'm currently doing this recording for the audio like at 2 in the morning, so not the best idea that I've ever had, but I've been closing the past few days, and I'm like, I gotta get this done because I've not been getting good sleep lately, and I need this isn't helping either. I need to get this recorded at some point, so I'm doing this now. But yeah, like I've had some issues sleeping this week, which has not been doing that well. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna actually talk about the game here. It's kind of crazy. You have to leave Olympus and actually come back to see, oh, they're actually rebuilding the whole place, and you can actually access all the areas of the
well, hey there,
city and
I gotta say,
Olympus itself.
It's good to have you back.
So, I'm actually... It was kind of like a cool switch up on that. But yeah, as far as going through all of Olympus, this is pretty much what's going to take the majority of this video, just because I'm having to run around and look for all the different Lucky Emblems that are hanging about, and we also find some of the treasure chests that we missed, and you guys kind of saw that as well. And again, like last time, I'm looking at this giant list of different Lucky Emblems that it's like, oh, okay, this is one, this is one. There is one in the courtyard. I keep missing it. It's to the right of that statue, where that building is. If I don't turn. Okay. It's on the right staircase, but to the right of that building. I think I finally look at it at some point, but I don't know. It's right over there. You can kind of see it if you're looking at it.
Let's see.
It's funny how I keep missing it. But the thing is I know where these lucky emblems are now. It's like, oh, that's where that is. And it's just it's so easy for me to pick it out like that, so it takes me a while to find that one. I think it's one of the last ones I actually grabbed. Yeah. I still haven't recorded the last video that's going to be up of Kingdom Hearts 3. So hopefully I'm looking at maybe doing that Sunday, and hopefully getting also that, yeah, doing the recording of that Sunday, and also getting the video for good night, I can't even think of it, the constellations done then as well, because that one is going to be pretty straightforward as well. It's going to be very quick. Well, actually, nah, not really, because it's going to be a video going through all the gummy spaces and actually going to get the lucky emblems from those areas. Oh yeah, and I'm sitting here running around crazily trying to find this one specific thing, and it's like, oh, okay, is it there? No. Yeah.
Hope we find some ingredients around here.
Oh, finding all the ingredients. Oh, I will say this. The, doing that, whole chef thing was ridiculous. Oh yeah, getting all those different things from saving them. And I never found out what the point of those golden statues were. I thought that was like one of the Moogle missions. That's why I took a picture of it. But it says small enough for non-action heroes to throw, but I ended up having just 2 of those statues through the whole game. And pretty much. And I just never really saw the point of those. I guess you were supposed to throw them, but there's not a way to equip them. So I'm not sure what they were for. You know what? Actually, let me look that up just to see what the actual point of them, the point of it was, if there was a point. Because that could make quite the determination on that. You know, if I could, it would help if I could actually spell here. What's the point? After defeating the Titans, return to Olympus, and oh, okay, you can actually earn an equipment for that if you gain all of them. And once you get that, you get the Hero's Belt, which gives you 3 defense, 20% arrow, 20% water, 20% thunder, and ability, which is Frontline Photographer, which lets you take pictures in battle.
Oh boy, let's find some more.
Okay. I did not know that. Oh, and there's actually a picture here somewhere in Thebes where it has with her kind of posing with all 5 of them. I got 2 of them. I don't know. I think I know which locations I got them to. So I could actually go grab the other 3 when I go do that last recording. I can certainly do that. Yeah, I'll do that because it's something that I didn't do or show, you know. And it's crazy, you can get 100% of the trophies and not have to get all the equipment. Unlike certain games. Gosh, Final Fantasy 13. I actually like Final Fantasy 13 quite a bit. I just hate the idea of trying to 100% it. I did all the Thief missions and everything, but good night. Trying to do 100% on that game is a nightmare because you essentially cannot, like, if you're wanting to make it a reasonable, do it within a reasonable time, you cannot, like, really purchase anything from the market right off the bat. You have to wait so you can purchase those Seath item, the upgrades to your weapons to make them into the more powerful weapons. There we go. There's actually one of the Herc dolls up in this area. I think this is the other one that I had gotten, but I'm not entirely sure. And this is me trying out one of the Fantastic 7 mini games. So this is actually one of the more difficult ones in my opinion. You have to get a certain amount of points, and as you can tell, I'm doing a fantastic job of doing absolutely horrendous at this. But this is the first time I actually played it, so it's to be expected. But you have such a small timeline to actually get all of the yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't get it, and I lose. And the Flan is just disappointed on all levels. It's like, really? And then he paces out. I'm like, no, I gotta try that again. But I might actually go through all of it. I don't know. I keep creating more work for myself on this. If you guys want me to go through the Fantastic 7 mini games, I don't mind doing that. I'll just kind of show you what the games are. I don't know if I'll do like a guide on doing the whole thing. I might. But I'll probably have to do quite a bit for it because I practiced for a lot when I actually went to go get the S rank. Well, not the S rank, but just, yeah, that happens if you're not careful, which kind of stinks. But I want to be able to I might. That's a big maybe, as far as actually doing the mini games for this. I'm not sure how many attempts I go through on this guy, but you have a minute and a half to get as many points as possible. I believe the point limit that you need to get the official like U1 is, I think, 25,000. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what the point limit is. It's above 20,000, and as you can tell, I'm as far as controlling the sled on that, I do horrendously, just so horrendous at it, it's not even funny. I think at that, no, I go for it again. I'm just a glutton for punishment, I guess. But yeah, getting the points in this is actually really difficult. You do get points by constantly writing, but it's mostly gotten through hitting the flans, which is why you want to aim for them and essentially be a bowling ball, and not actually fail horrifically fantastic like that. The faster speeds you have, that's the better, because you're going to get the time you need. But as you can see, if you don't do that, if you're not careful, you'll end up like that and just lose. It takes a lot of time to get used to doing that sled, so if you're not used to it, then it can be something that is extremely difficult. But if you play this minigame enough, you'll get used to it. And there's an optimal path that you have to go to get the points that you need. Oh yeah, if you get down there, you're almost completely owned, I guess is one way to put it. And that's what happens if you're carelessly pointing the control stick. That also I had an issue with. It's like, okay, come on, I wasn't really aiming that way, but whatever. And you see me fall down there, I'm like, alright, whatever. I've got 30 seconds. And I'm just kind of rushing through this. And there's not much, as you can see. And I am slowing to a crawl at this point. But I actually finished in that regard. And I think he's kind of like, meh. He's clapping. And you actually get food. And that's actually how you also need to complete the ingredient list, which I think is one achievement, by getting the cherries. But definitely some recipes require the Fantastic 7 foods. And some of them require quite a bit of it, especially if you're not that great at the cooking minigame, which it took me a while to get somewhat used to it, and I was still pretty bad at it. So there is that. Trying to think. I don't really... there's not too much going on. Oh yeah, I'm trying to see where the next... yeah, I see it right there. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have got to be joking. I missed it that many times.
Let's see.
The answer is yes. So, I think that's all the ones in Thebes, actually. The rest of them are throughout the world. The rest of the world. A couple are going to be on the path up to Olympus. I know we saw a couple of them. Yeah, I do want to say we saw at least 2 of them as we were headed up. But I might be mistaken on that. I've played a lot of this game off screen, so there's tons of times where it's like, oh, there's... like, I'll casually run by the Lucky Emblem as if it was nothing. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's where that is, and that kind of deal. But as I'm going around searching for them, it's not as I guess it's not as noticeable at that point. But yeah, of course, we're gonna be fighting throughout the world and kind of getting the experience. Because, oh yeah, this is where I noticed this. I really like this game, and it might be because I have like one of the original, and not the original, but one of the older PS4s. The render on Hercules is horrendously bad. Like, even on the PS4, I noticed how bad it was. As you could kind of see with when he was kind of swirling that rock around, it was horrendous on what it rendered as. And I don't know if that's just a limitation because of my PS4, or if that's something they never fixed when they made the game. I don't know. But that was... it's really, really bad. It's like extremely bad. And I don't even know how to put it into words. Excuse me. Sorry about that. There was a yawn there. But yeah, it's only with that one move though with Hercules where he's just he picks up the rock and starts swinging it. It's like, oh, well, that looks really bad. I don't know why that's the case, but apparently it is. I never understood why. Okay, watch this. Well, you can kind of see it, but the attacks were in the way. But I just kept, for someone who's an artist and who wants to get into like 3D modeling, animations, concept art, all that, it's way too noticeable. I even think for people that aren't like that, have the same, would have the same thought process of, that doesn't look good. But that's the thing, that's the only animation that I've seen that's like bad. All the other ones, like even this is just fine. The pirate ship's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. But it just is that one attack from Hercules. I don't know if that's something they never fixed, or again, if it's my PS4 being bad. Here it is. Well, no. But yeah, like it looks like it's a frame by frame rather than a smooth transition. It's kind of bad. I don't know. I'm gonna criticize it because it's just it is honestly a bad it is badly done on an otherwise really fantastic game, and I love it. It's I have to criticize that. Got some AP boost. Of course, you know who I'm going to use that on, because I never used it on anyone else. Yeah, I'm trying to look for the Lucky Emblem on the waterfall on this one, I believe. Oh no, I knew where one was. It was just trying to get a picture of it. I didn't know where to get it. And I'm like, oh, I guess I gotta take the picture from up there. But it's like, oh yeah, this is the waterfall I'm looking for the other one, so... I know I saw this one. And I was like, what's with that? Like, what's with all these Mickey heads everywhere? There you go. That looks so bad. Ah, no. I'm sorry. I'll stop. Maybe. Yeah, I'll actually stop. But, So after this one, because oh yeah, I need to look through. Okay. Oh gosh, I need to do this. I'll do this tomorrow after I get off work. Or I guess later today after I get off work. I don't know, whichever comes first. I'm gonna see about that Monsters Inc. Episode because, oh man, I really feel like I might have added that in somewhere. You know what? That might have actually been part of the Pirates episode.
Let's see.
Maybe?
Nice picture, Sora.
No, it wasn't. I really don't know. And the way I'm actually doing this podcasting thing, I can't actually just pick another video and bring it up because it's going to close this video and it's not going to be much good that way. I guess there's other ways I can work around it, but I don't want to cause issues and have everything decent. But yeah, I'll just look it up, try to find it before I head to work because I gotta close tomorrow. So I don't have to get up extremely early. Well, I don't have to like be there extremely early, so I'll see if I can find it before work. If not, that'll be fine. I'll have this uploading tomorrow, so this should be going up on Saturday, and I'll be looking at doing I don't know. I do need to find out what's going on with that, because I know I didn't get all the Monster Inc. Lucky Emblems on the first go, but I know I've recorded it, so I just need to find it. If anything else, I can actually run through the Monsters Inc. area and just kind of show them. Because I know I did it like after the Pirates area and the Big Hero 6 area. I did like essentially extensions on those world areas where I went through and found all the Lucky Emblems on those. And Arendelle and Toy Box were in the last one. Olympus and I think the rest of Twilight Town's in this one. I'd have to look and see exactly which one comes after this. I want to say Twilight because there's no other place to really go.
I'll show you how a hero fights. I gotcha.
But have that done, because at this point in the game I have not been to Monsters Inc. So I would say that
Let's see.
Oh yeah, that one's a bit crazy to find, especially if you're not looking for it. That one's easy to miss. But the thing is, while you're coming through here, you don't really pay much attention to those because you don't have the gummy phone taking pictures ability yet. Let's try. First second. Yeah, I'm actually not sure. Of when this whole thing would have taken place. But I feel like it... This is dumb because I feel like it might have actually been a part of a video somewhere where I went through Monsters Inc. and got it done. I just can't remember for the life of me when I actually would have done that. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. You could see that. It's like, I went from level 28 to 33. And that's the thing of why you could see, hey, there's not really a reason to give the ability boost to anyone but Sora, because Sora gets a massive amount of abilities, and honestly, everyone else gets almost nothing. I forget. Did I think I ended up giving Donald the ribbon or something like that. Yeah, I give Donald the ribbon. Oh, yeah, that. But he loses AP. Not that he needed. Actually, Donald needs that. It was crazy because I had so much AP boosting, like, accessories on Sora, to where he had like 40 extra AP that he could add onto anything, and he wasn't learning any new abilities. So it's like, what do I do? So I ended up taking off a lot of those high AP giving accessories, and I would give them to like the random like team members you would have joining you, and give Sora like the more useful ability type of accessories. That way he can dish out more damage, and or have a unique ability that would help him out, cause more damage, or what have you. That was pretty much the point of it. Right. Yeah, I guess there's gonna be a little bit to the last episode that's gonna be of this, which is gonna be the super big boss fights, and just so it's not like completely nothing else, but those two fights, which they can last maybe like 5 minutes each. I'm gonna show how to unlock that, the actual final fight for I might actually do like a, you know what, I might actually split it up, do one for the gummy ship and one for the actual just running around fight. So have like one episode dedicated, okay, this is how you're going to unlock the hardest, in air quotes, fight in the game, which honestly was a joke. I don't even know, guys. That was the biggest joke of the century. I mean, it's a decently tough fight, don't get me wrong, but it's a bit of a joke as well. So it's like, okay, Thunder Boost gets more damage with Thunder moves. I don't know what I was looking for there. Oh, I was looking for that guy. And I think I spend a little bit of time trying to find out where the anvil is, because I had completely forgotten. Yeah, I had forgotten where the anvil was, and I was kind of embarrassed on that regard. I was like, you gotta be joking, I can't remember where the anvil is? This is ridiculous. But anyway. Yeah, because there's actually quite a bit to get both those fights unlocked. And thankfully you can redo those fights, redo the things to actually show what unlocks it, so there is that. Well, with one, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll split it up that way and have the actual, I think, the hardest fight of the game, which is in the gummy ship. And it just might be because of the gummy ship I built to actually combat it, but it's, to me, one of the hardest missions in the game. Hardest fights in that game, because it's just how crazy you had of what you all had to deal with. So yeah, I'll show the bit that gets you the Orichalcum Plus, how to get to that fight, and also show you the hardest fight in the game from that, and then have the the Bishop Trophy. I was like, oh, okay. It wasn't something I was intending to get while I was running around, but I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I got it recorded. So, that's a thing. But, you know what? Yeah, I think that's what, well, it depends, I don't know. I'll figure, you know what, I'll just figure it out when I get to that point when I'm actually recording it. Because that would make a lot more sense, you know? Oh yeah, and I'm at this point, it's like, alright, I'm trying to figure out where I need to be to take a picture. I don't know, and I'm just kind of running around at this point. Because I'm trying to figure out, okay, where is this picture being taken? Where am I having to be? Because I'm looking at,
let's see.
well, there's that. And then I head back out. It's like, okay, I got that one. Where's the next one? And there's one as far as like sitting on one of the clouds in the distance, and you gotta take a picture of it from a distance. So if you're not actually looking on the outskirts of the world, then you're not gonna see it, which is the problem. And I gotta say, getting to the max level in this game is actually not difficult. I will have to hand it to this game. Getting to max level in this game is very easy. They made it kind of a bit of a joke, but I ain't gonna complain, I'll be honest. Oh yeah, I think this is where I'm like, is this where I get to go down to the... And it's like, oh yeah, that's where the anvil thing is. But I'm just kind of mutzing around. Mutzing, futzing, I don't know. I'm just messing around at this point. Just trying to see if I can do things that you normally aren't supposed to be doing, but the game doesn't let you do that. Which is somewhat sad, but I understand. And this is another place where we saw the Lucky Emblem. And that's the kind of silly thing. They actually show you where a lot of the Lucky Emblems are while you're playing through this world. And then you are immediately able to go to Twilight Town, which leads you to getting the ability to take the pictures for the Lucky Emblems. So there's a lot of that going on. And I think I think there's one more.
The storm is
I
gone.
believe.
That's okay. See,
It's something to that extent, honestly, I don't know. I can't quite remember, to be honest.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, I'm like, where in the world is this other one supposed to be? And it's right over there. And I'm trying to figure out how to take a picture of it. It's like, oh yeah, the cloud rolls. Fantastic, but the angle I'm getting is terrible. Where do I get it from? Well, that bull cloud is the way you go about doing that. You just gotta get over there. And I'm like, alright, I know where to get it. It's just, I gotta get there. That's a lot of this game. It's like, as far as getting the Lucky Emblem, it's like, I know where it is. It's just, I gotta find the place to get the right angle so I can get the picture so it can count. It's a lot of that. It's a very much a lot of that. And you know, there's a lot. Well,
Let's see.
oh yeah, because I was trying to see if I could take a picture of it from there, and I'm like, man, it's not gonna let me do it. I'm not at the right angle like I should be. And I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe I can try walking up the ramp here and taking a picture of it. You would think it's like, oh yeah, I need to get up to where the bowl is. But no, I'm trying to kind of just muck around and hopefully get like the right angle. And I'm sitting here trying to jump on something I can't actually stand on because the game wouldn't never let me do it. But I'm trying to stand on it and see if I can cheese it.
Let's see.
And even though I do have a decent like view on it that way, it's not gonna let you do it because it's like, hey, you're not supposed to be standing there, so we're gonna just make sure you can't do nothing. And you can,
Let's see.
it's like, oh, okay. See, that looks like you could actually achieve the picture, but it doesn't let you do that because that's not where it wants you to take the angle for that picture. I don't know why it took me so long to realize, hey, get on the the surface area above you, dude, and then take the picture. I don't know. So, anyway, as we're rolling around at the speed of sound, we're not being Sonic, but we're hopefully going to get to the next area so we can take the picture of the thing and do the thing with the thing, and there you go. You did it good. Oh me, oh my, oh me. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, you can't take pictures while you're on the rail, and I don't know why I was thinking you could. But that's what I tried to do. And I'm like, well, maybe I can just roll right up there and take a picture of it. It's like, yeah, I know that ain't happening. But I also tried to do it from here, which that actually is a chest, and I never did open it until later on, where when you saw the achievement for the like getting all the treasure chests. That's because I went back and actually got that one. And I will say this, if you're going to go for 100% completion on treasure chests, look up a guide, because honestly doing a guide for all, like a video guide for all the treasure chests, it's really just kind of, there's a lot to it, and I don't think I would be a good person to do that. Because I'll be honest, it was way more, there was way more to it than what I'm doing for the Lucky Emblems, which is like, okay, I'm looking for something very specific, and they're either going to be small or big. I just need to know how to take a picture of them. I mean, I guess I could, and that's somewhat in the same sense of the different, what is it, the treasure chest, that they have stuff in there that you need, but honestly, I don't know, just doing a guide on that is just, I would not be happy with it.
Let's see.
And there you go. I'm trying, I think I'm looking to make sure I got all of them, even though I could check Gemini's journal to do it. Oh boy. I will say this, that the favorite deputy is probably one of the more useful Keyblades that exist because of that lucky strike. Just simply because if you're gonna go for 100% item like synthesis completion, and also like with the actual store from the Moogle, honestly doing that makes it so much easier, because you can get the different shards and whatnot you need. Golly. Yep. Shows that there's 100% completion on that. There's 4 more on that complete. Oh yeah, there's Kingdom of Corona as well that wasn't done. Yeah, I know there's another video somewhere that has me going around getting them all. I'll have to look into that. So I know I had them separated at some point. I just wish I knew. Well, I don't think it took me, 5 parts to get through Monsters, Inc. So, yeah, there's 1 video of flying, there's 2 that are just there. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just have to look into it. I think I'll be fine, but I'm just gonna have to look into it in general and just kind of see about what's going on with that. Because honestly, I don't think there's really much I can do as far as getting that done.
You came just in the nick of time, my boy. Olympus owes you and your friends a great debt.
Let me look. Since I've kind of just gotten to that point of like, okay. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. So there was a part where there was a new world, which with the 100-acre wood. And okay, as far as Twilight Town, I was getting them in a video. And then I had myself exploring the gummy space a little bit. Then I went to the Monster Hunter world. I had that. And yeah, so there's that one. Okay, yeah, alright, so I did do that. So, okay, I don't actually have to worry about looking for it. It is in the actual Let's Play that I've, well, yeah, just, it's in the general Let's Play of the video, where I was kind of mentioning, hey, I looked through and I went through and got them all before, you know, yeah, I was doing, okay, so that's actually in part 28, the one with the 100-acre wood had the one with Twilight Town. Now, I do realize that as far as the recordings are concerned, I don't have a recording of getting the different, at least I don't believe so, as far as getting the different Lucky Emblems in, I lost my train of thought there. Sorry. The 100 Acre Wood. There we go. I don't think I have anything recorded in that regard. I can always add that into one of the videos that I am going to do a recording of.
Hope we find some ingredients around here.
I probably will yeah. I think I'll tag it on the finale where I do the gummy ship stuff, just to have it there. So it's not taking up too much time in anywhere else. Not that it would take much time, it would seriously take like maybe 2 minutes. So it's either going to be in the beginning of the essentially it's going to be the Battlegate episode, because that's pretty much what that one of those difficult fights requires, you doing all the battle gates. And the other one requires really a certain type of gummy ship as far as the fight. So we'll kind of go through that.
Let's see.
So here's just the Kingdom of Corona in general. Getting the Lucky Emblems and well, the rest of them in this one was way easier, because I had gotten most of them headed through the story, which was pretty good. And as you can tell, I'm not paying attention to the screen as I'm running around. Again, it's a kind of a consistent thread there. If I'm not looking where I'm going, I'm not going to actually be doing well. So there you go. At that point, I didn't care. I need to stop. I'm yawning way too much. We're getting there. We got another 15 minutes, so that'll be a thing. But man, I will say this though. Well, let me try to find the right words for this. I never felt bored playing this game when I was just playing it like mutzing around and just kind of doing my own thing, and just generally going through the game and all that kind of stuff. That was a big pain to go through. Some of it made sense, some of it didn't. I'll just be completely honest there.
Let's see.
Yeah, I have completely lost my place now of what I was going to say. I am so sorry. That's what I get for being tired. Oh well. I've recorded most of this episode. I've talked for a good bit of it, but there's been times where I'm like just zoned out and I'm trying to think of something and I can't. Ugh. And then I end up making myself look like a silly person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh yeah. There's a really nice piece of music that I really got into listening to. That I found on Twitter of all places, and the band's name is Master Sword, and the album is Shadow and Steel. I'll just be honest, I'm a big sucker for good video game music, but they took that to a whole new level, to where they took Zelda music throughout all the game, throughout all the various games. There's like a song from Wind Waker, there's a Ocarina of Time song, there's like the original Zelda that's a song that's been used in one of them. It's so very fascinating on how they essentially made it into a hard rock, some that's even metal. It's just been, it's a phenomenal experience to listen to. Oh man, so good. It's just like that amount of talent is just something I've always been very, very impressed by. It just, you can tell the person who's creating it just really loves what they do and does a very good job of it. And there you go, a trophy for taking pictures. Like legitimately, that's what that is like, oh, you've taken this many pictures, which makes absolutely no sense, but hey, there you go. Yippity yay, yippity yah. You know, I kind of wish I knew. Sorry. Extremely sorry that the squeakiness of my chair is there. I am so sorry. I really wish I knew where my computer glasses were, because that would be very helpful right now. But I don't know where they went. I was trying to use my old ones and they do work. It's just the sides of it, of the glasses are so uncomfortable. I can't wear them for too long before it starts hurting. The sad thing is I don't know what I did to those glasses. And the thing, I was wearing them yesterday, which is doubly annoying. But anyway, as you can tell, oh man, I am just that tired to where I'm. First thing, like I only am thinking like one thing at a time.
Hope we find some ingredients around here.
So, this part right here, there's not too much left.
This might be a good spot to find some ingredients.
And I think I was trying to
Let's
see if there was a pick, like a Moogle thing for that.
Let's see.
Oh, and that one right there, I actually didn't look up. Oh, the guy, I just happened to see it while I was headed in there. I was like, oh, there's one there. But the rest of these guys are actually kind of crazily hidden. So if you actually never went around in the festival area, this is like the place to do it. Yeah, especially if you're explore the world and look for lucky emblems. Well, that's what we're here for. Because a lot of the lucky emblem stuff is going to be more difficult than you would think to come look for. Unless you know exactly where you're looking. So, there's that. And that's the thing. Like, in the main story, you're not allowed to go down here.
I bet you there's a lucky emblem.
And this is like Donald immediately says that. I was like, huh? What? Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Let's see.
But they kept getting in the way, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you can't have a joke. Get out of the way.
This might be a good spot to find some ingredients.
And you know, you kind of saw somewhat, at least like the little symbol for it on, oh, this.
You're looking at a lucky man, Sora.
There's actually a neat trick to actually getting those people away from that chest, but they don't ever really hint at it. It's, you gotta do that right there. Do the reaction, they clap, they're yay, and they'll actually let you pass. Makes no sense, but what else? And that's where you get Carnival Kid, of all things. One of the
I bet we'll find some
mini
ingredients
games,
around here.
classic kingdoms, as it were.
Let's see.
And there's another lucky emblem sitting right by a dude's face. I don't know how you would miss it. I mean, I can understand why you would want to miss it, because there's a dude just standing right there. But, you know, he's in the way of the shot of the lucky emblem. But
Nice moves.
oh yeah, just doing that, you just get little bits and bits of money, and it makes no sense why you're able to do that, but they let you do it. It doesn't do anything for you. Also, there's a treasure chest over there, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll do one of these again. And they're like, yay! And they leave the chest alone. They stop harassing the chest because you performed. It's like, okay. I mean, I guess. Doesn't make much sense, but alright. I'll roll with it.
Hey, I think that's a lucky emblem. Let's see.
Oh. I can't tell by the wand poster. Oh, really? As far as getting the treasure chest in this world,
Let's see.
if you've got pretty much most of like the forest area, then the Kingdom of Corona, like itself, the actual oh yeah, there's one more. But as you can see, some areas I did not do very well with the treasure chests, and when I went to go back to them to get the actual, like all the treasure chests, because that's how you get all the classic kingdoms, is you have to find them in the chests, which is crazy, but alright. Except for like the first few, which is something I kind of showed, and yeah, like how to unlock them, because you had to be in Twilight Town for that. Yeah. So the last of the treasure chest, gosh, the Lucky Emblems is actually up this tower here. So I'm pretty close to. I've got a couple minutes on the video here, and there's the last Lucky Emblem that we have to really go with. So yeah. That has been podcast 2 of Kingdom Hearts, the Sleepy Edition, and I'm very sorry about that. I wish I could do it when I'm not tired, but there you go. I could say with confidence, though, I did find out, okay, I don't have to worry about trying to record anything for Monsters Inc. area or Twilight Town. Both of those are taken care of in the actual Let's Play. So there's that. Those both, like, the ones for Twilight Town happened right before the Monster Inc. And then the Monster Inc. Area was done, well, finished right before we went to the Caribbean. So, there you go. That is it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and in the next one we'll be doing constellations, and also this coming week I'm going to be doing the 2 recordings of both the fights, the harder fights in the game. So that will be it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And I'm gonna go get some sleep. I seriously need it. Later, everyone.